Welcome to Keepin ADHD. I am an Instagram model.
And I am a politician who's been called onto an interview on one of the channels of your mainstream networks, and now I'm just talking in monotone voice, and you don't understand what I'm talking about, but you're still listening because I am an expert as been certified per this network, so now you're here.
Stonks. Stonks.
And welcome to this week's episode of Keeping It ADHD. And this week we are really boring, apparently.
Well, okay, let me tell you, I'm okay with boring because I woke up yesterday and I could barely hear. So that's fun. Yeah, I see. I didn't tell you about this.
Oh,
I could not hear.
Holy shit.
I could. It sounded like my ears. My ears sounded like I have my AirPods in with noise canceling on. It was weird.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I chalk it up to when I have my headphones on for like long periods of time, everything inside gets like hot and humid, right? So earwax gets all loose, and as soon as I took my headphones off, I flopped over on my futon, and I rolled around a little bit. So my assumption is that my earwax just kind of like bloop,
Yeah, you just
my ears.
plugged your own ears, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to, dude,
Yeah.
I got up and I was like, I could barely hear. And I was like, okay, I need to go get this sorted out. So I went to CVS and they took a water pick, like a flosser, like a water flosser with a funnel attachment on it. And they just went right in my ears. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, apparently I have an ear infection. That sounds aggressive. So that's cool.
Now you have an ear infection?
Well, I had one, or I currently have. They gave me antibiotics for it, so.
Oh, got it.
But
all right.
On the plus side, this event happening, this is relevant to last podcast, this happening, making me go to a medical professional, made me get a Brio. So I have a Brio now, a fucking inhaler.
Oh,
like
nice.
a preventative, not a rescue, a preventative. I'm very happy about it. So
now you finally are full of energy and
check this out.
Talking.
It's great. I can breathe.
Check this out. I have lungs.
There you go.
Good job.
Yeah. I hope everybody at home enjoyed me blowing air right into the microphone. Lucky for y'all, I just brushed my teeth.
That was amazing.
Yeah, so that happened.
Yeah, that I can't imagine, like, because the nature of like chronic illnesses or chronic stuff like asthma and stuff like that is just, you don't notice it until it's gone.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with me and my mental health struggles.
It's a mood. It's a whole mood.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm just happy it's sorted now.
I am also glad that it's sorted because we need you here hearing.
Let's go, dude. Yeah.
Good showing off your new lens.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, here's the thing, all right?
Also your other light, apparently, that I never saw.
Yeah.
Careful, there's your package in the back with maybe your address.
Well, it's too small for there's
no
way anybody could read that, but
anyway,
there's other sensitive information on that package that I don't need given out. Anyway, but it's doxing the fact that I only decorated up to where my old camera could see. So it's like, hold on, let me move. No, I'm not gonna bother. I don't care enough.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I was like, I'm gonna move that, and then I remembered that I'm not wearing pants right now either, so it's like, nah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Small secret: if you're new on the internet somehow,
streamers
a lot
have
of
legs.
content creators just don't wear pants because that's why. Why would you? You're
Yeah,
at
exactly.
home.
Exactly. I could stand my desk up, and then wouldn't see, but it's not worth.
It's not worth the effort.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
The table is gonna thank you for.
I'll save it for
preserving its inactivity and.
I'll save it for
the life
plans. It's
span.
okay.
I don't know.
Bless. But after I had my whole hearing debacle, I went to the Ultimate Cornhole Championship. which
I've been waiting for you to tell me about this.
It was interesting. And we had a realization. So my buddy works at Bridgestone downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got us comp tickets. So I think everybody that was there was working off of employee comp tickets, because they had the old they had like the Trump rally perspective mindset with how they laid out the seating, where it's like the arena is empty, but they seated everybody in a way that it looks like the arena is packed. It was. I
wouldn't expect anything else from them.
It
honestly.
was the dumbest shit. It cracked me up so good. But so we hanged out. We hung out. We had a couple beers. It was a good time. I bought a Truly that I thought was like a 16-ounce tall boy, and it was a 24-ounce tall boy. And here's the thing: unless they give you a koozie, which they didn't, or you drink alcohol way too quickly, in which case maybe you have other problems that you have to deal with. Nobody needs that much Truly in one go, because by the time you get halfway down, it's room temperature. It's just not. It was so. I literally predicted it. I got it. I sat down in my chair and I was like, by the time I get halfway through this is going to be warm and I'm not going to want it anymore.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened. And that was with me making a conscious effort to drink more of it so I could drink like the whole thing, because it was $20.
When I tried beer for the first time on my own after like not drinking it at all ever, just because, well, I don't drink, I realized that the warm beer, it tastes like piss.
Yes, it does. Also, you're like, I don't drink. Last podcast episode, you had a bottle of Jack Daniels behind you.
Yeah, do you know how old that bottle of Jack Daniels is? It's like about 3 years old.
Oh, that's fair.
It moved with me from the previous apartment.
Oh, wait, did you get that Jack from when we did the Rally Galley?
Yes!
Oh, shit.
It's still here because I don't drink.
See, I
literally
either.
drank half the bottle. No, I got 2 bottles. I drank one.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I am 6'7" after all.
Well, fair
but
point.
I drank 1 bottle that night, and then I used it for other nights too. Actually, recently too, and yeah, it's still down there. I still haven't moved it from there. where I put it the last podcast, it's still there.
Oh, you smell like cat litter. Get away from me. He just pooped. I don't like that. Ugh.
Cats are good like that.
I gotta clean out his litter box. That's a reminder.
They will poop and then they will come by and
they'll poop and they'll
tell
like,
you how much they love
poop
you.
Hands.
Yeah, poop hands.
Bullets.
I genuinely feel like cats are just pranking us most of the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But so we did that. We did the cornhole championships. And Hannah pointed out very humorously that that's probably the whitest thing we possibly could have done on Juneteenth. And I immediately felt guilty. I was like, oh no, that really is the whitest thing we could have done. Oh God. What a mess.
Oh God. Yeah. Cornhole.
Yeah, right. But then after that, we went to this Barcade that has like a whole thing outdoors where it's like somebody just die above you.
Dude, that's what I thought. It sounded like somebody just fucking fell.
But they have this like big whole thing outside where it's like you got cornhole, you got trash can beer pong where you have dodgeballs and you're fucking Kobe-ing it into each other's trash cans. They had giant Connect 4, and inside they had, arcade games and all that kind of shit. They had hand sanitizer everywhere, so it was like you're not gonna get a fucking Rona unless you literally like suck on a joystick. But it was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
Joystick? Excuse me? Whose joystick are you sucking on?
Well, should I zoom in? Should I be this zoomed in for the podcast, do you think? Because you're pretty.
Yeah, I think we both need to zoom in more, but I'm gonna be redoing my camera setup when I'm.
I think moved. This is the podcast angle, and also like, I'm fucking feeling myself today. Ooh.
Yeah, you look really good, and also your hair. I wanted to know, tell you in the beginning of the podcast that your hair is really good today.
You're too kind. You're too kind. You know what I need to do? The next thing I need to do is I need to move this microphone. I need to shift it from this angle to this angle. And I put it between these monitors here. Because I find I'm looking at chat that I keep over here, but I have to talk here when I'm looking at chat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem.
You have a custom wood slab for a desktop, right?
I do indeed.
So you could drill into the table, and the blue arm has the mount. And actually, I have it drilled into my table.
I shift my setup way too often to commit to drilling a hole in my desk. I shift my setup constantly.
Yes, I know.
If I get a new piece of equipment, like literally like the PS4 migrated, or the PS4 Pro migrated into my office because we have the PS5 out there now. And I was like, all right, I gotta reorganize now. Although I had a great realization. I don't remember if I showed you this, but I have this is a vertical monitor here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with the height of my arm and everything, the vertical monitor is at the perfect height for me I can slot my Go XLR underneath it, and it hides all the cables.
There you go.
It's great. It makes me really happy.
That's beautiful.
And my Go XLR is a little out of reach, but that's okay.
It's still fine because you don't.
I don't want to mess with it too much. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be messing with it all the time. But I'm almost.
My monitor's a little bit too high to do that. Unfortunately,
that's a bummer. But I mean, it's better for your head
posture. Yeah.
Yeah. You want your monitor to be like eye level and above, but you don't want it too high above because you don't want to be like.
Yeah. I have one that is above me, and I can just look up at it.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that's right in front of me, I try to have it on eye level, but I'm tall as fuck, so it's difficult. So it's like at maximum heights, as high as it possibly can be of where it is right now. So
hell yeah,
hopefully that's enough. And I put my table a little bit higher up, so
because you got the adjustable desk, right? So
yeah,
that's good.
But then also it results in the fact that my armrests now are too short. So
yeah.
So when I put my hands on my table, dude, my elbows.
You got to get you Secret Labs, honestly. You just got to get you Secret Labs. They're so comfy.
When I move, I'm gonna update my setup a little bit more. I'm gonna
Secret Labs is so comfy. And you can adjust.
I might get
arms.
a corner desk. I might get a corner desk,
honestly,
because I don't need a, like, even if I do need a raised desk, I can buy that one of those small ones, like, you know, where you put everything on top of it and then you raise it.
Yeah. Well, you could you could make a corner desk that just sits. You could literally just get like a wide table and put it like a corner desk next to your current desk, and then you could still have all of that, but then still be able to raise and lower your main spot.
I could.
Unless you're like thinking about working into the corner. If you're thinking about working into the corner, then you can't do that. But they make raisable corner desks. That's a thing. Let's find out. Hold on. Let's see. Amazon. Sit stand corner desk. $369. L-shaped corner desk.
Nope.
That's a lot. Stand. That's not bad for a sit stand.
Yeah, no, I mean,
considering the frame alone,
I mean, it's a lot for right now for me to buy a new table.
You're fucking moving. That's absolutely. Yeah.
When I'm there, I think when I'm in the apartment, I'm just gonna move my current setup there.
Yes.
And then when I'm done, then I will look how I can like upgrade it and stuff.
That's a good idea, dude. I'm so enamored with my MacBook because I've got the trackpad now. This keyboard. Fun fact about the whatever Logitech keyboard, the G915 10 keyless, is that it has the Lightning connection, so this controls my computer. Then it has a Bluetooth connection, and that connects to my Mac. So I can seamlessly swap back and forth between devices.
Can you please send me a link to this keyboard?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have before. But it's great.
I haven't. Yeah, I should. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say that I shouldn't have bought the Apple keyboard because suddenly Russian.
I don't
Because
know those
first
words.
Yeah, you don't know that. First of all, it's a good keyboard, is what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
But second of all, is that whenever I go traveling, I can't just like grab my main keyboard and just leave.
Well, so that's the beauty of the G91510 keyless. This is a small, in relation to the trackpad.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know that it's a small keyboard. It's just
small.
what I'm saying is like I don't want to leave my main computer without a keyboard.
Well, if you're not here, then why would you?
Well, maybe somebody else is going to be there at some point.
Well, okay, fair enough. That's why you have a bonus keyboard.
How do you know?
That's why you have a bonus keyboard like me. I got my old SteelSeries kicking over here. I took off all the keys because I was like, I'm going to scrub it up. I'm going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I fucking threw some Dawn Power Wash on that shit. And hold on. Stand by. Now, the keycaps are all bubbly.
God damn it.
And I have to like scrub them. It needs to be like scrubbed with like a wire brush. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I don't care enough. I'm going to put this on Facebook Marketplace for like $30 and be done with it. Like,
I wonder how much you're going to get for that with the bubbles on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. So thanks, Dawn Power Wash. You can do everything but clean keys. Thanks.
I don't think it's Dawn's fault.
It is. But also, sorry,
Well.
one more quick thing. So because I'm
there
using...
goes our Dawn sponsorship.
Yeah, well. Because I'm using this new lens, I got autofocus, baby.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah,
Autofocus.
that's a very good trade-off for the lost
bokeh.
if like it's not a lost bokeh because you still have it. It's just the previous one was like very soft and impressive, and this one is a little more like just a little more subtle.
Yeah. I mean, what I like though is that like you can still see all the stuff. You can see what I got, and it's not too blurry, and you can make out that that's fucking Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi lightsaber. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't just look like a silver blob.
I caught a cat.
He's so cute, little Boony. Boony.
I caught him because he was trying to get onto the table.
Hell yeah. But
he's now on the table.
But yeah, so that was my day yesterday. It was a really good day actually. It was bad because I couldn't hear, and then it was good when I could hear, and then I got to hang out with my friends that I haven't seen in a year and a half. So it was a good time.
That shit, the hearing shit is wild because like as someone who also dealt with a bunch of struggle with my own hearing in my own ears, I can tell how difficult it is to deal with hearing issues because
like I was just gonna say, especially because games that we play and stuff rely so heavily on your hearing, and it's like I already knew my ears were fucked up because I have wicked tinnitus. It's like, wow, is this really how it goes? Like, fuck.
I mean, even in general, like hearing is just such a fragile sense that people tend to be like really careful and don't want to deal with it often.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've dealt with a bunch of issues, and as a person who wears headphones a bunch, I use Q-tips all the time.
Oh, so you shouldn't. Don't stick Q-tips in your ear at all.
Okay.
Tell
me why.
So all a Q-tip does, if you have wax and stuff, all it does is push it further in. They told me this yesterday. She literally, the woman who's helping me, she said, if you had used a Q-tip, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Like you would have to deal with this until it frees itself. So yeah, don't use Q-tips. Don't do that. What she said, and this is not medical advice. I'm not giving anybody medical advice.
Yeah, don't get medical advice from us, for sure.
But Q-tips do say on the box, don't stick us in your ears. But they do.
What are they for then?
They're for cleaning around your ears. They're for cleaning like this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't stick them in yours. But what the woman at CVS clinic said to me was put a drop of mineral oil in your ear once a month, and that'll loosen everything up. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So, but also what she told me
I guess I'll need to find a mineral oil somewhere.
Yeah, right. What she also told me, they use these tools, right, to kind of like scoop out,
scrape it,
earwax, right? But what they said is, don't waste your money on that. If you have bobby pins, use the rounded part of the bobby pin, not the pokey parts, right? Because it's effectively the exact same.
You mean safety pin?
No, bobby pin for your hair, like the whoop. A bobby pin.
Oh, that. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of sewing pins.
No. So you take a bobby pin and you use the rounded side, and you very gently, do not go too far, but you kind of go in and you kind of like scoop around, because it's effectively the exact same as the plastic tools they use, but it has less sharp edges than the plastic tools. So it's moderately, what she said, moderately safer.
Just make sure that you don't lose it there.
Yeah, exactly. And also, we do not fucking condone sticking random shit in your ear.
Nope.
If you take a bobby pin and you stick it in your ear and you puncture your eardrum, it's not our fault. We told you we're not medical professionals. We told you this is not advice. I'm just saying what they said to me. This is
the only reason why I stick Q-tips in my ear is because archaic Russian tradition.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't know that either, because I'd been like fucking with my ear the whole time. And when I got there, she was like, yeah, I mean, I can tell you've been messing with it because the earwax is all impacted and stuff. But if you'd used a Q-tip, like, because it drops so many fibers and stuff in there, everything would have been a lot harder to pull out, and she wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so.
Did they say anything about, like, hydrogen peroxide stuff?
No, but I'm pretty sure they used a mixture of like probably either warm water or warm saline and hydrogen peroxide in the water pick that they wedged in my ear.
Yeah, that sounds about right, because hydrogen peroxide is used to clear ears.
Yeah, it definitely foamed a little bit, and I know hydrogen peroxide foams when you swish it around. So
okay, well, that was medical advice that is more serious, that can impact you. Now, also, this is still not medical advice, but still something that I wanted to tell everybody because I recently found it out. As a non-native speaker, I tend to do some stuff wrong, like speak wrong, and sometimes like produce sounds wrong. So it makes me like less efficient in speaking, and tires me out a lot more. But I found out recently how to, like, okay, I have to ask you one thing. Do you push your tongue against the roof of your mouth a lot?
So I do, but mostly because I do it because it's a photographer trick. If you want to remove any kind of double chin you got going on, tongue on the roof of your mouth and leave your mouth a little bit open.
I have too much of a double chin for that. But
what? Look at my neck, right?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I know that that's a photographer trick. But
okay. Yeah.
I did that as a habit for whatever reason, I don't know. And I recently figured out that that I do that, but I've been aware of it for some time, but I couldn't figure out how to relax the muscle, because when you had it like
when you spend all the time tensing
for so long,
yeah,
it's like you can't really. And on the ride back yesterday from Los Gatos after getting my phone repaired, I was driving on the highway and singing to some songs, and I actually figured out how to relax it, and it actually changed my whole like singing technique and speaking technique. And now I'm trying to keep it in place. But like another thing about ADHD as well. Hi, I guess welcome to the podcast. But that's one thing that I think is a brand of our podcast also that we need to keep discussing, is like plugging ADHD symptoms into everyday life.
Yep,
I would say
I'd agree.
So yeah, one of those is tensing muscles and then forgetting to untense them is what we do a lot, all the time, including our core muscles, our voice muscles, neck muscles, and stuff. Like you, Rahlyx, I know that you have like neck all the time.
Yep.
And Do you tense anything else? Because like I my shoulders over here, like at the very top over here, have been so tense that I recently like stretched a little bit. That I finally found how to stretch them properly so that I can, and it was so painful. It was so painful.
Oh no!
Because I never like for so long because of stress and everything, and it's been like so tense, and it was like rock.
Yeah,
and I couldn't like now it still hurts because it's still like recovering. But like, do you have anything like that?
Not really. I don't do a lot of muscle tensing as my my ADHD tics. I like bite at my nails and stuff. That's
yeah. Yours
and
is
I do the neck.
Yours
and
is more
I do
anxious
my
sided.
fingers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, yours is more fidgeting. Mine is more anxiety. Yeah, because I recently also talked to people who do ADHD stuff, and they said that there's two types of inattentive ADHD and energy. There's an inattentive, and then there's anxious, because we all have an inattentiveness, but
yeah,
some people it manifests as anxiety, and some people it manifests as fidgeting.
Anxiety is so fucking real for me.
Yeah, anxiety is a beast, and it's honestly like it's a liar. It's a liar. It lies to you.
It do.
Your brain lies to you. Remember that.
Your brain fucking lies to you all the time.
Because you're beautiful and you can do whatever you want. Speaking of doing whatever you want, I recently talked to a person.
What?
Well, what I mean by that
You're
is
only
that
allowed
like
to talk
I
to me.
actually
Those are
like
the rules.
I actually I recently decided that I wanted to like just have a conversation with somebody in like real life and like my real living environment, because I mostly speak to people online, and because of my college involvement and everything,
Sure,
I don't tend to go out a lot and like mingle with people in my apartment complex, just because I usually don't have time. And
yeah, for sure.
the other day I went to the manager's office because I'm moving out soon, and we made a deal that he cuts the last month of my lease off if I let him know in advance. So I met a little old woman there.
Yeah,
what?
That's nice of him.
Yeah, that is very nice of him.
Most fucking apartment complexes are like, well, sucks to be you. Get fucked.
Yeah, that was my last apartment complex. They're like, literally 2 days after my roommate moved out, I went into the office and asked, "Excuse me, can I remain a little bit longer here on a month-by-month basis because I need to find an apartment?" And they're like, "No, sorry, we already rented your apartment to somebody else."
What?
And it was over a month out of my like actual lease move-out date, and I was like,
well, I guess when you give them like intent to vacate, then they put it up for listing.
The thing is, so. I didn't. My roommate left. I didn't.
Yeah, so they probably took your roommate's intent to vacate and went, oh, they're just leaving the apartment completely.
Well, I might have had an intent to find another roommate who they don't know.
Well, yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, that's where it gets tricky.
What the fuck? I didn't even have any time to like think or anyway. That was all 2 years ago. So now this landlord gladly has common sense. So
that's good. That's not often that landlords are kind and have common sense. Let me tell you.
Yeah. But I met this little old lady there at the office. And we ended up, like, because we were waiting for the property manager, we ended up having, like, this long conversation about, like, values of life and, like, meaning of life and, like, different values. And somehow we wandered onto the topic of politics. And from there... Okay, so here's the fact. That woman voted for Trump in 2016.
Okay.
In 2022. No, 2020. Yeah, no, in 2020 in 2020 she voted for Biden. Yes. So the thing is, that was like kind of the first time I've actually had like a one-on-one conversation with somebody with opposing views without having anyone like interfering or shouting over us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like really eye-opening to have, and like it was just like a very good experience in terms of like broadening my point of view, so to say.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to discuss everything that we had talked about in that conversation because it's just like we talked for 3.5 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
But
okay.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about like life, and she told me about her deceased husband, and she told me about her poetry and how she's trying to distribute her poetry online and stuff.
I thought you said her porn for a second, and I was like, excuse me?
Why would she tell me about that?
I don't know. But for a second, you were like, "Po," and I was like,
"Po,
no, no."
Yeah, she just casually told me about her porn that she distributes. Yeah, that's
hey man, it's 2021, sex positive.
I mean, yeah,
like,
I mean,
porn,
true.
Do your thing.
If she does, good for her. But not.
I'm okay on little lady porn. I'm all right with that.
Rahlyx.
I misworded that. I was like, I'm okay. I'm good. I don't need that. I'm all right with that. No, I'm good. Thank you. I simply could not indulge. That's okay though, because it's
don't
for
dig
anyone.
Yourself deeper into a hole that you need to get out of.
Everyone had different literally different strokes for different folks.
Yes. Okay, let's move on from that now because that's completely not what I was talking about.
Oh Christ! You can't take me anywhere.
Your brain being in front ahead of your thoughts is creating content for us. It doesn't
help that I also had a lot of alcohol last night.
I was also wondering when we started filming, I was like, Rahlyx seems a little bit lower energy today than usual. That's probably because you're hungover.
Well, I've been up since about 11 and it's like 2 now. And I feel pretty good overall. Usually, like most days when I have been like drinking a lot, the next day I'm like, I want to die. I woke up this morning, I was like, let's fucking go.
Enjoy your young years.
Yeah, right. I mean, I was drinking raspberry mojitos all night.
A year younger than you.
Exactly. Well,
what did you say? Sorry.
I said it's because I was drinking raspberry mojitos all night, and that's my favorite. Mojitos. Okay, here.
The Mario mojitos. Excuse you, Nintendo advertising you.
It's a Barcade, right? So all the drinks were. So there's like a Smash Bandicoot and a Sonic and Gin, and that sort of thing, right? But so they had Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi. Yoshi was passion fruit. Peach was, I'm pretty sure Peach. Luigi was just boring old mint. Luigi was like boring old mint, like standard fare. Yeah, like Luigi could have been like a green apple mojito or something, and I would have tried that. I would have been like, yeah, fuck it.
Definitely.
But Mario was
green apple and mint. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, mint is already in there, so basically Luigi is just a plain mojito. Which is like the most Luigi thing to happen, and it makes me kind of sad. But the Mario one was raspberry, and when I tell you, they did not use like raspberry flavoring. They took real raspberries and real mint, and they muddled them together and filtered out all the pieces and gave you this drink that literally just tasted like you wrapped a raspberry in a mint leaf and bit into it. You could not taste the alcohol at all, and it was incredible.
We only respect drinks with pulp in this household. Excuse you, please.
Okay, pulp is great, but when you're drinking it through a straw, pulp is
can be frustrating. Eat pulp with spoon.
Okay, you're saying. Oh, so look. Here's the thing. Orange juice with pulp is my preferred way of drinking orange juice. When it comes to raspberry drinks, you don't want pulp because the seeds. You'd be like sucking, and the seed goes, and you fucking,
and you're dead.
And then you like choke on it, you know what I mean? It hurt a little bit more than I expected. I meant to pull my punch earlier and I just went, I punched myself in the throat.
My glasses are fogging up. I'm sorry. It's just like the fact of you punching yourself a little too hard but not realizing it at first, so you continue talking and then you say, ow.
Yeah. I mean, it's just very much me. This is very much me.
Me too. Don't worry about it. It's just really funny to see something that I do in somebody else.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know. Also, you can see one of my eyes is orange. One of them is blue.
Because you got that light balance. Portal.
Yep. Portal. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life trying to create a drink as delicious as that drink that I drank way too much of last night. That's the end of my story. Let's talk about your
Come
story.
over to Seattle and we'll make drinks.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I want to hang out.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
maybe you
Why am I
shouldn't have caused
screaming
the
today so much?
pandemic. Fun fact, it's Scarfee's fault for the pandemic. Fun fact, so.
Yeah, I just... The pandemic is just the result. You know the butterfly effect? Like a flap of butterfly wings creates tornadoes on the other side of the earth.
Yeah.
Well,
we gotta get rid of
it wasn't
the
exactly
butterflies.
wings. It wasn't exactly the wings. It was my butt cheeks. But I clapped them so hard that the whole entirety of the world is now enveloped in coronavirus.
Where's my fucking soundboard?
The goose in there. Oh wait, that wasn't goose. That was. Wait, was that goose? Yeah. Well.
Yeah, it was goose. Christ.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry for bad jokes, but I mean, I guess
No, it's
you
10 out
are
of 10.
watching this podcast, so I don't know what you're expecting.
Yeah, honestly, if you've come this far, you should know by now.
Especially with all that we've talked about before this.
Yeah. Okay, so you got an open box thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I went to the Apple store recently to repair my phone.
Apple Bapple.
Because Apple Bapple, that's Gambit's cat.
Spubbies. E-Freef.
E-Free. So I went to Apple store and I was looking at the AirPods stand. And I asked them, what do you guys have in stock for these things? And they were like, well, we have an open box item for sale right now. It just got returned. I was like, oh, please show me.
AirPods Max.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how they are so badly.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Paired with Apple Music's new spatial audio.
Yes.
Yep.
And the lossless audio on it is so fucking amazing. I listened to Olivia Rodrigo's recent the Sour album.
Yeah, Sour.
Yeah, because the entirety of it was made in partnership with Apple Music with like lossless audio and everything. It sounds like she's in the room with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can literally hear the directions of all of the mixes that have been done in the music and like where it all is.
Hell yeah.
And where in regards to they probably placed like some kind of like a central microphone and then they recorded the instruments.
Yeah.
But the thing is you can literally hear where the person was positioned in relation to the microphone.
That's tight as fuck.
In the room. Yeah, it is really nice, and it's really also like really high quality. Well, of course.
Yeah.
So
Hannah says that with the spatial audio, the Chromatica into 911 is really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
That the fucking transition that everybody like memes on now, but it's like, but not in like a negative way, in a positive way. They're like,
oh, I haven't listened to that. I need to listen to that.
You haven't listened to Chromatica?
That's the new Lady Gaga album,
yeah.
right?
Dude,
yeah, I need to listen. I keep meaning to listen to that, and I keep forgetting.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Like most of the things that I ever.
So what you're telling me though is I should be checking Apple stores for open box AirPods.
Yes.
Apple.com.
Because partially I was looking for new AirPods because I broke my old ones and
you broke your AirPods?
Well, I lost one of them because they're so small, and I was using like the custom earpieces for them,
right?
And because my ears are too big for any kind of in-ear anything.
That's fair.
And one of them just fell out, and I just didn't notice, I guess. and
the green ones are hella cute, but so are the pink ones.
When I was looking, I'm so sad that there wasn't an open box one in different color, only the space grays.
Yeah.
But my Mac is also space gray, so
yeah, I was gonna say my Mac is space gray too, so it'd be like, oh well.
Yeah,
I could live with that.
Another best thing about this is that, first of all, they have direct, insanely clean implementation with iPhone, which means
well, that makes sense.
which means that it switches between audio sources really fast, which means like, you know how sometimes you like get into a car and it takes like forever to connect to Bluetooth, or when you switch from app to app and it like freezes for like 5 seconds before it does anything, if you're like on a Bluetooth audio source. That doesn't happen when you're on AirPods, because it's just like, because it doesn't recognize AirPods as a new device. It more like recognizes it like an extra speaker to iPhone.
Okay.
It uses, because it doesn't use Bluetooth, it uses AirDrop.
Yeah. So here's an interesting thing. I read a thread on r/Apple about when you use AirDrop, because like on your phone, right? Because there's like the one band, right? It has to like, it basically starts sending network packets every other packet and sends AirDrop packets. So it has to like trade off. So this guy was like, there's like tons of latency on my network every time I use AirDrop. And like some dev people like kind of dug into it, and they're like, yeah, well, so this is what happens. Like we never thought about it before, but we're looking at it, and it's like, yeah, it swaps packets every packet it sends is a different. Sorry, this is network shit.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, and that's actually really interesting. I'm not interested. It's because whenever I start getting into a list, see, that's why I'm a bad listener, is because whenever I start actually listening to you, I look like I'm not interested. Because I look in every single direction, because I try to keep my brain occupied so I actually understand what you're saying. Yeah,
no, I feel that. I'm the kind of person who was like, when somebody's talking and I'm like,
yeah, I that's another thing that I do. It's because that's the easiest thing for me to keep track of. I just do nod, I'm just like a like a parrot. But go on. What were you saying?
That's pretty much it. I was pretty much done.
What was that? What were you talking about? I forget the train of thought. I know that you were talking about the.
Oh, it's just you mentioned AirDrop.
The network backend.
Works,
yes.
Yeah, it shoots data over AirDrop.
Yes, I had an idea. Yeah. What I was trying to say is that now that they brought this issue to them, maybe they can in the future separate the two modems.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So to say. Yeah, because it would be nice and for them to have separate modems, because right now it works pretty well. Imagine how well it is going to work if it has an extra separate modem of its own.
Yeah.
I mean, to be quite honest, I don't know like if that's necessary, because AirDrop technology has been around for years, right?
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
They haven't really done anything to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But yeah, one of the other reasons why I got these and not like another ear is because for editing, because of the AirDrop technology and the way it connects, it's really easy to use them with my Mac for editing. So I just take off these headphones that are my PC headphones,
right,
and I put on
and just swap over.
Yeah, the AirPods.
I can dig it.
It's just really nice. And also listening to like meditations and soundscapes in them is so good, because they're also so comfortable. Like the top mesh band that people have been so worried about, it actually is pretty good, and it's really comfortable on the top. And the ear cups themselves are like really good.
I can dig it.
The only thing is that they're heavy. Like they look themselves heavy. Not like they feel heavy on your head, because they don't.
Right, but they're aluminum.
Yeah, but they themselves are heavy, and they're kind of like a little bit awkward to carry around, because you have to like place it in the case, and then you take it by their band, and yeah, it's just like,
right.
I would rather have like a holding case.
That makes sense.
I'll get a zippable case for them, probably, because I will be taking them out on time. Dude, the transparency mode.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
I mean, I love the transparency on my AirPod Pros, so.
Yes, but consider the size of the microphone on those, because they're so tiny, right?
Yeah.
On AirPods Max, it genuinely sounds like there's literally no barrier between you and the world.
That's pretty
sweet. Literally, the quality of the audio and the latency is so low that it's just, I don't. Sometimes I forget that I'm wearing them. And the only reason I remember is because it slightly like puts some pressure on the sides of my head because they're still not worn in. So I was like, that's the only way basically I know that I'm wearing them.
That's pretty
sometimes.
Sweet. That's fucking wild, honestly.
Yeah, and the noise suppression itself is also really good too.
Well, yeah, I mean, the noise suppression of the AirPods Pro is wild. I literally like using it, and I'm like, what the fuck? These are headphones. What? Yeah. So, bless.
These are headphones, not earplugs.
Exactly. What is this shenaniganery?
Do we know how noise suppression works at all?
Yeah, so they the microphone listens to the audio outside and sends inverse audio into your ears.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it creates anti-noise to cancel it out.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And it's obviously outside of our range of hearing.
Well,
right.
I mean, it's just opposites. All it's doing is canceling the wavelengths, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, like, I don't know the science behind it. I just know that it's anti-noise. But
I just know that I can feel it.
Yeah. The pressure is weird. I'm sure the pressure comes from just two wavelengths fighting each other, basically.
But also, like, it could be possibly the pressure comes that the wavelengths are canceled out, but they're canceled out at different density, so to say.
Yeah.
So you know how like if you imagine rows of things moving as waves. So for example, usually the state of rest is like this, but if they're, for example, if they're canceled, then they're like this.
Right.
So they're just like
there's
compressed.
Just a wall. Yeah.
I wonder if that's the case, but possibly not. Anyway, I think it's time for an Spear Bot.
I think you're right.
What do you think?
I've been trying to find one. I've been going for the last 2 minutes trying to find one.
Are you really?
Yeah. I found one, actually.
Yeah, we got a little disappointed with Inspirabot last game.
Yeah.
Last game? Last episode. LG.
Well played.
LG, everyone.
Okay, so this one, it's a guy on a mountain smoking a cigarette. And it says, being alive is all about being stupefyingly sparkling. Like, all right. Yeah, sure.
I kind of agree.
Yeah. I mean,
that's kind of the motto that I live by.
Like, let's be real. You ever seen Twilight?
Stupefyingly sparkling?
Yeah.
Like the vampires?
Good old Edward. Edward Cullen. Oh, you found a good one?
Yes. So it's a picture of, like, you know how usually they take stock pictures of people like pointing in random directions and smiling, like, look, a salad.
A salad.
Look, a salad. Oh my god. There was a whole meme going around Twitter about like salad is the funniest thing in the world apparently.
Yep.
But there's that stock picture. It's a man and a woman. They're just like hugging each other, and they're both pointing in the same direction, like as if like you would be choosing like a house or something, or pointing at a view. And the text on top of it says, "Shut your mouth, as though you were any random person."
What the fuck? What the fuck? 10 out of 10. Love it.
The dissonance between the faces of those people and the message of the, picture is we'll see for yourself.
10 out of 10. Oh, bless. Well, on that note,
shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth, as if you were any random person.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
And we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.